I hate the you make loads of sacrifices chat of being a sports person because you get to do what you love doing. Especially I don't feel like I've made any sacrifices because I feel like the word sacrifice makes it sound like you're doing it because you'd rather be doing something else. Whereas for me, it was always an obvious choice that I would prioritise racing, and I'm very lucky to do something that I love doing. So it's never really been, I guess, a hard decision in that sense. My name is Jamie Chadwick. I'm a racing driver and I am 24 years old. I'd say the catalyst that made me first start racing, it was my older brother. He got into the sport before me. He started go-karting, and then I always say it, but it's, I think, sibling rivalry that must have been the catalyst, I guess. And then from there, it was, something that I caught the bug of. I did it as a hobby initially, but I just enjoyed every time I set foot in that go-kart or when I managed to progress into that race car. I'd say the most challenging part of the sport in general, there's quite a few. I think it's a sport that obviously there's a competitive nature, you obviously want to win, but there's so many factors that, combine to a result. Everything has to go right, whether it's the car, the driver, there's so many different moving parts. So for that all to come together in that moment when you're on track is probably the hardest bit, making sure that you can get every little thing together to get that result. The brands I choose to partner with, I think there's a few factors. Motorsport is a sport that requires a huge amount of financial backing. So it's important to have the right brand that obviously wants to partner for the right reasons. But also I think as an individual, there's certain brands and people that I want to work with. Obviously it's a sport, and first and foremost, it comes down to performance. So making sure that the brand understands that and, we can get the most out of every race or every weekend that we turn up to. Some of the difficulties I'd say about maintaining a brand, I guess, is you've got to be yourself. But to combine that with maybe the image that you want to portray to sponsors or media or whatever it is, can sometimes be tricky. But I think the thing I always kind of revert back to is, like I said, the best version of myself is myself, and staying true to that. Future projects that excite me, I think there's a few. And there's a huge movement for women in motorsport at the moment, which I'm very proud to be a part of. Hopefully leading the way, but very proud to be a part of this movement. And then personally, it's a big step for me now moving over to the States for my racing career to kick off there with Andretti Autosport and Indy next. So big year ahead and really looking forward to it. I definitely think there's so many moments, especially when I started, where I didn't really believe that I could actually ever make it, or I always thought that someone was always better than me, that I wasn't actually capable of being, I guess, the best. And now looking back at that, I cringe because I wish that I had told myself that it didn't matter who it was, that, I could be the best. I want my legacy to be, from a personal point of view, I want to have the ultimate amount of success myself. I want to make Formula One. I want to be there at the top of the sport. But I guess my legacy, I want to inspire the next generation of women to get involved in the sport.